What's going on, guys and gals? Stock Jock here, up $433 on the day. This was like nickel and diamond kind of day right here. And at one point, I basically lost all my earnings, and then I got it all back in the very next trade. So it, I could be up quite a bit more today, and we'll get into some of the trades where I should have gotten, three or $400 extra per trade. I should be up around $1,000 right now, but I had some bad fills. But what can you do? You get bad fills occasionally. So my first trade was XGTI. Oh, before I get into that, thank you all to the new people that have come into the Discord today. I hope you had a good time. If you are not familiar with Discord, all it is just a chatting app. It's kind of like Skype, but for big groups or whatever. I do my voice alerts. If you're interested in those, I tell you throughout the day what I'm seeing. This is completely free. Just come in here, ask questions. You can private message people, ask questions. I'm here to help. So I created this Discord chat room just so I can help people and hopefully help y'all make some money. So the link is down in the description of this video. Click it, you'll be taken right here. So hope to see more of you in here tomorrow morning. But back to the trading. The first trade I took was XGTI. This one was on just a high day scanner. It was gapping up. Right here you can see how they opened. Huge spike up, came back down. Then we had like a kind of a indecision candle. So the chat rooms I was in, we were looking at it. We are going to go long for the break of 197, and that's what I did. Inside this candle right here, it broke 197. I went long at basically 197 and a half. Went up to 205. I was trying to get filled at like 202, but I got filled at basically $2 for 2.5 cent win, 3,000 shares, 60. What is that? 70 bucks. I can't remember. I think it was like 70 bucks I made on that trade. So $70, and I held that for 10 seconds. I'll take that any day of the week. Yuma was my next trade. This one I got in. I was watching it by myself. I got in because I saw the candle over candle on the daily. This is beautiful, right? You have to spike up 2 consolidation days, and then we were going candle over candle. So I went long at 190, right? Where is it? 933. I got in right here. Going high day. It doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't go anywhere at all. In fact, it starts selling off. It just pisses me off that it didn't go anywhere. So it's like, well, we just went high a day. We broke candle over candle. We're in like the start of the market for the day. It's not going anywhere, so I'm gonna bail, get out. Didn't do what I thought I was gonna do. So I sold right here as we were getting flushed out. Uh, no, I didn't. I sold right here. I sold right here, and I took 5 cent loss on that, and it brought me red on the day. And as soon as I sold, guess what Yuma decided to do? Boom. So I had the right idea, but I don't know. I just missed it. I just missed it. I just missed it. I got out 5 minutes too early. So took the loss, moved on, didn't do what I thought I was going to do. What can you do? TEUM was my next play. This one has just been kind of spiky the past 2, 3 days. You can see it on the daily here. A lot of fanboys of this one, so I know they can run the stock when it gets going. So it had a spike right here, moving up, and then we had a little consolidation. So I went for candle over candle right here. I went long, got in at 155, spiked to 162, but did I get filled at 162? No, I did not. Got filled at 157. So made about 2 cents on the trade, $60. It's an I think this trade brought me back to green on the day because I lost it all from Yuma. But what can you do? I'll take the $60. And my next trade was Yuma again. So this was when Yuma screwed me one more time. Let's see, 10:01. Okay, so you can see here on Yuma, this would have been a good entry point, right? Right here on the 5 minute chart. That's kind of what we were looking for in our chat rooms. We were looking for the 5 minute candle over candle play. That's what I went in for as we were breaking this candle. I went long at 274 in the anticipation of the break. So you can see that right here. You can see all that volume coming in. And and it popped up to like 290. Okay, I'm hitting the sell. I'm watching the L2. It's like two. I remember this distinctly. It was at 285. I hit the sell button. What do I get filled at? 275. 10 cents cheaper than where the L2 was on the bid side. Completely screwed me. I mean, I made 30 bucks on it, but I should have made $300 on it. So that was screw me number one. But you know, it happens. Sometimes you just don't get filled where you think you're gonna get filled. TEUM was my next play. This was a 5 minute play. I think one of the guys in the Discord chat called this one out. So thank you for whoever that was. I can't even remember. So you get the spike up, two candles, two 5 minute candles of consolidation, and then candle over candle breakout. That's kind of what we were playing for. I went long at 147 right as we were breaking that candle right there. It popped up and I got filled at 147 and a half. So I made about $15 on that. It went to 154, but that's not where I got filled. I got filled, or one thirty, it went to 152 right here, and I got filled for 1 penny win. So another $30. You know, they add up though. You know, $30 bill, grabbing it out of the air for 20 seconds worth of work. Can't complain. So Yuma, this was the second 5 minute play that we did. So you had a spike up, 2 more candles of consolidation, and then we were going candle over candle right here. That's what the chat room, you know, and this isn't really the strongest, right? Because the first one failed. The first candle over candle in the 5 minute kind of failed. So the second one, I don't expect it to go anywhere. But the reason why I played this is because the chat rooms that I subscribe to, they were going to play it. And when I know a couple thousand people are going to buy the same stock, that's an edge that I have against the house, so to speak. You know, this was gambling in Las Vegas. You know, the best odds you're ever going to get is 50-50, right? This gives me a greater sense, a greater chance of the stock going the direction I think it's going to go when I know a couple thousand people are going to buy this stock. So anyway, they all wanted to play this candle over candle, so I played it. I got in at 275, got a quick pop up, and I scalped it, got out 280, $150 win. I didn't think it was going to run because this one, the previous one, failed miserably. Spiked up and came almost down to the lows. So wasn't strong there. I didn't think it was going to be strong here. So I was just scalping the chat rooms. That's all I did, is scalp the chat rooms. Next trade was on Yuma again. This time we kind of have, this is the 1 minute chart. You kind of see it walking up. Spikes to a new high, comes down to the 9 minute. Spikes to a new high, comes down to the 9 minute moving average here. So it's kind of using this as the support. Once it was going to break this, then I would say the move was probably going to be over. So I was just playing this, but kind of had a kind of a wedge forming here, if you kind of see it, right? So you got this going on, and then you had, you know, the top right here. So I'm thinking, all right, it's going to have to go one way or the other soon. So I went long right here, thinking we are going to break this level and move on up past $3. And $3 was finally going to give way. So I went long at 305, popped right up, came right back down really quick. And you can watch the L2 and see that happen. And so I got out, quick scalp at 308, basically 305. So 3 cents, $90 on 3,000 shares. Yeah, and then it just kind of sold off from the rest for the rest of the day. I think, yeah, sold off from there. So you can kind of see how that level was kind of important. That it's bouncing off that 9 minute moving average right there, and as soon as it broke through, then that 9 minute moving average started to act as resistance. Okay, see that? And then it broke through again, got the second little bit of life, but didn't go anywhere, and then kind of sold off from there. So that was my Yuma trade. I made a good bit of money on that, so I was happy. So AMD, this one was called out by Luke in the day trade chat room of Jason Bond Picks. Link is down in the description below if you're interested in that. He saw that AMD was coming down to 14 support, hit it once, popped up to the 9 minute moving average. This would have been a good entry right here to retest it and hopefully head back down. So I saw that I liked it. I went short at 1402, just took 1,000 shares, and it tested 14, watching the L2 really closely, and it just didn't want to break at this moment. So I covered for 1,000 shares, 20 bucks on the trade, and then it decided to, it just wasn't ready. It just wasn't ready. Obviously, it closed at 1350 area, so it eventually gave away, and you kind of see that 14 was kind of key level there. Once it broke it, it tested again, failed. Once it broke through, it was all over. So I made 20 bucks on that trade. So MNP, this one was complete horse manure. News breaks that one of their pipelines, their oil pipelines, sprung a leak and has a crap ton of oil everywhere. Well, you'd think that's bad news, right? So I went short 69.66, right inside this candle right here. It actually popped up and I got shorted in there. Um, it was green on it. I was really thinking, okay, as soon as we break this level right here, we're golden. We're golden, right? Nope. Kept popping up on me, and I was just sick of it. So I covered for a 6 cent loss, $60 loss, and then it decided to move back up. So piece of junk. It should have just completely tanked, but it didn't. Didn't do what I thought it was going to do. Cut my losses, moved on. OCLR. This one was called out in Discord as well. This one was looking at the daily chart, and you can kind of see $10 is pretty big resistance here. It's kind of try to tap it here. Um, it's just, and it's a whole dollar. It's a significant mark for this stock. But every time it's broken $10, you've gotten, you know, a whole dollar move there, 75 cents there, 70 cents there, 60 cents here, 15 cents here, 20 cents here. So every time it's broken $10 with volume, it's given you a minimum of 15 cents and a maximum of a dollar on the trade. So it's a key pivot point. So I kept playing this, and you can kind of see it here. I got in at 95, out at 97, in at 98, out at 99, in at 99, out at 10. It just wouldn't go for me. In at 97, out at basically 98 to 998. Yeah, I played it multiple times. Every time I got close to breaking 10, I'd play it, and it just tapped it, tapped it, tapped it. Couldn't break it, okay? So I think the last time I did it was right around here. Just couldn't, I mean, it got to 10:01, but it just couldn't get enough volume. And finally, the buyers just gave up, and it fell through. But every one of those I made money on. So it was just simply watching the L2. Once the ask side looked bigger than the sell side, I would get out. When the bid side looked bigger than the ask, I would get in. So um, let's see, I made 60 bucks there, $30 there, $30 there, $30 there. And I mean, that's nickel and diamond right there. So 1 penny on 3,000 shares is 30 bucks. So happy to take it. This one was a news play. FH got a contract order. I got in when I heard the news at 150, basically 53, right? Right here, you can kind of see that volume spike. Came up, I was green, came right back down. So when I had a chance, I actually cut 1,000 shares loose just to lower my position because the volume dried up really quick. And luckily, in one of these spikes here, let's see, 26, right inside this spike, I was able to get out at basically 2 cent win on 2,000 shares. So I made 30 bucks on this trade. But it just didn't do what I thought it was going to do. You can see on the daily, it is a very spiky stock and doesn't really have any huge moves anywhere to be seen in the last 3 months. Like the most I'm seeing is 10 cents. So I didn't really expect this to take off, to be honest. So just wanted to get a few cents out of it, and I was luckily able to get out um, unscathed. You can see I played OCLR again, trying to break $10. I couldn't do it. Finally, I was like, okay, I'm going to buy a dip, and down there is where I dip buyed and thinking I was going to get part of the bottom part of that channel, because you can kind of see the Bollinger Bands. It's been bouncing in and out of the top and bottom of the Bollinger Band. So you could buy here, sell here, buy here, sell closer to the top, buy here, sell closer to the top, uh, sell, buy, and then finally, you know, once I decided, hey, I see that pattern, I'm gonna try it. So I bought in here at 40. Let's see, bought in here at 9.95, popped up, came right back down, and I sold as it was coming back down for a penny win. And of course, the one time I decided to try this pattern out is the time it finally broke through and sold off for the rest of the day. TSN, this was a news play. This one I heard on Benzinga that a big company was looking to increase their portfolio in meats. TSN is in meats, Tyson Foods. So when I heard that, I bought TSN, and I scalped it for about 6 cents. You can kind of see the volume coming in as everyone else hears the news. I got in right here at 60.61 and sold inside the spike at 60.67. So just 1,000 shares, $60. AMBA I got really unlucky with. This one, it had some buyout rumor chatter, and I got short. You know, most stocks are not going to get bought out when they're close to the 52-week low. I'm sorry. So I knew it was kind of BS. So 51.60 is when I went short, because I saw the L2 and it looked like the buyers were drying up. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go short and it's going to flush out, right? Well, it then proceeded to freaking spike another 25 cents on me. I was like, I'm out. I'm taking the $250 loss. I was $60 up on the day at that point. And what did it do the next minute? It freaking did exactly what I thought it was going to do. Sell off. This is the move I wanted right here. It was frustrating. It literally was frustrating. If I would have held one more minute, I would have gotten the move I wanted. I would have made probably $200 on it. It did go towards high day again, and looks like closed up there. So, I wouldn't have held it long. The move was here to here, so I'll take half of that, no problem. But I didn't have a huge cushion on the day. I was only up, I think, $333 at the time or something like that, and I just lost $250 of it. So it was up like literally $60. I was so pissed with 30 minutes left in the market. But my next play got me back on track. This was AZN. News on Benzinga reported that AZN was going to, or their CEO was leaving, and that there was possibly going to be news out after hours about a profit warning. It's big, big negative news. So when I heard that, I went short. Let's see, 1531. Right here's when I heard the news, spiked up, and I shorted that spike. I got in at 33.17, and then it proceeded just to, drop all the way to 33. And as it was hitting 33, I covered, and then it decided to fall off a cliff. But I covered fast because I didn't have a significant win on the day. This was my first real, win after that loss, and I was just happy to come to $433 on the day. Oh, I did have one more trade. So MOSY, this one was a Jason Bond picks trade. He just alerted right before the close that he bought 20,000 shares at $1.38. Right here is when he got in. I got the text message. I immediately came over here and bought. I didn't even care what the price was. I just bought. Why did I do that? Because I know that there's so many people that are part of this subscription that I know that thousands of other people are going to buy this stock. And sure enough, that's exactly what happened. You can just see it. I mean, look at this. Out of nowhere, 683,000 shares in 1 minute. Are you kidding me? I mean, tell me people aren't following that. So I bought it, scalped it for, $60. So it was a nice win. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. That's all for now. I will see you guys in the next video.